Hello, this is it's Valentine's Day. It's episode 6 though, yeah. This is Valentine's Day. I hope everybody's filled with love and happiness. I'm just here lonely, so if y'all would like to reach out, I'm here. No, I'm not. Anyways, I am single though, but I'm not here for you.
Pick a side.
It's fun. I like being here, being mysterious a little bit. I'm chilling though. But yeah, it's my sister.
Why is before we get into it? Why is every guy fake mysterious now? Before
I'm
y'all
not
were all
fake
him.
Huh?
Now everyone is a
Oh no,
chill
I'm
guy.
him. I'm him,
Everyone's
but
mysterious.
I'm him
Everyone
right
doesn't
here.
do too much.
Yeah. What happened to decorum?
All you men are going through identity crisis.
Okay, so this is where we start off the
Every year it
podcast.
changes. Every season it changes. Him, everyone's chill guy. Okay.
You can't just vibe.
Before him was misunderstood.
Okay.
Anyway, continue.
See, this is kind of where I get it from. She don't like vibing though. I like to vibe. I like to,
What do you mean I like vibing?
I didn't get to my intro.
Oh, sorry.
You're the only person that hasn't let me do my intro.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's my sister, as you can see. It's cool girl, Toni, whatever. I call it. She cool. But her friends call her it girl. She actually is pretty accomplished, so let me not do too much. Yeah, she got a lot to pat herself on the back for. Love her to death, honestly. She's always there for me. But I like to actually let her speak now. Say who she is. Give her some background. Anybody can introduce her better than she can. So.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Toni Ade. By trade, I am a research scientist. I work in public health. I also work in marketing. I have a podcast. I make content intermittently. Yeah. What else? I love art, culture, music, fashion, movies, everything. So I'm a lover of life.
Okay. The cheesiest intro.
Oh, I think that's the best intro you probably ever had.
It's cool. Anyways, yeah, I like to kind of give some background to Toni. She's a pretty upstanding individual. She was a Girl Scout.
Period. I was. And people don't believe me,
For real?
Yeah, people don't
You act
believe
like a
me.
Girl Scout.
What does that mean?
Anyways, yeah, I don't know why people don't believe you.
I don't know. I forgot who I was telling the other day. I was like, I was a Girl Scout. Was it you? Yeah. Every time I tell my friends I'm a Girl Scout, they don't believe me.
No, she
Troop
was
727.
Okay.
I still remember. I have my
She
uniform.
was a Girl Scout. She used to always compete with the Girl Scout.
Yeah, we had like actual, like we were for real Girl Scouts.
Yeah,
like,
she used to
for
literally
real, for
order
real.
boxes because she was like, yeah, I had to get them off. I had
Yes,
to be
and
the
to this day,
best
I have
seller.
a Samoa addiction. I love those cookies.
Nastiest ones there is.
Okay,
But,
yeah, calls me a Samoa now. Yesterday. We both have the addiction though.
yeah, both of y'all.
We love a good sweet treat.
Both of y'all eat Samoas like it's nothing, and I find it disgusting.
Don't do too much. I've
Hey.
had like 5 since I got here.
Boxes.
Individual cookies.
Yeah.
I'm skinny. I don't do that. Moving on. Okay, I was a Girl Scout. What do you mean that I could Girl Scout though? What does that mean exactly?
Bro, we're not getting into that. You're just a good
He was a Cub Scout. Not for long though.
Yeah, nobody's gonna take me anymore. And also, I like doing me. Solo guy. But anyways, yeah, she was a Girl Scout, and then now, she's still thriving through life and with that same type of mentality where, she's always persevering and doing more for herself. It carried on, as you can see. She graduated UTSA and ended up graduating with her master's at UT Houston,
Health,
correct?
yeah.
Yeah, UT Health Houston. And yeah, I know she still got plans to go on, but like, how was that process of, going through college and everything like that? Like,
Honestly, whenever I was younger, people say like, oh, college is the best day of my life. I'd be like, that's so freaking lame. But now that I'm like, how many years post-grad, college is really one of the best years of your life. Like, just being close to your friends, having like that cushion of being in school. You don't have any real responsibilities outside of school. Maybe like work. It was a good time. UTSA was nice. It was like a mid-sized school, so it wasn't like too big. Because I wanted to go to UH so bad. Do you remember that?
yeah.
And I actually recruited my friends. My friends are older than me to go to UH. They loved it, but I'm so happy I didn't end up going there. But because it's a big school, UTSA was kind of a smaller school, so we kind of like made our own fun. Everyone kind of knew each other. Like I'm friends with a lot of people that I've met at UTSA still. So, And then when I was senior year of undergrad, I got into a 4+1 program where it's like basically you start your master's your senior year of undergrad, and then you just do like one additional year of like your master's. So instead of like 6 years, it'll take 5 years. So I got into that by the grace of God. But then COVID hit, so I didn't have a graduation. I was getting ready to go to Afro Nation, Puerto Rico, and then we thought it was gonna be like a little joke, like, oh, spring break's gonna be longer this year. But no, they canceled spring break, canceled graduation. I finished my senior year virtually, and then I continued my first year of my master's. So my whole master's degree was basically virtual during a pandemic, which is kind of ironic because I was in public health. But it was cool. I was in San Antonio. Most of my friends had left the city or graduated or just like, relocated because it was COVID.
Yeah.
So just me doing school virtual like for 4 hours a day. And then I was also a case investigator. So I would like call people that have COVID and, do all that kind of stuff. And so like.
Can you actually, before you go past that, can you go down to the case investigator?
There's not much detail about it. I just basically find people who have COVID, ask them where have you been, who have you been around, just kind of like track their movements.
You're that first call.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to to see if they need to be quarantined, if they got anywhere, to see if they had to contact anyone else. So it wasn't really, it wasn't nothing much to it. I think it was more COVID tracking, COVID tracing that I was doing actually. I don't know what it's called, but basically that's all I was doing during school. So school was nice. I really liked my master's degree. I was debating if I wanted to go public health or the medicine route, but then I decided public health because I felt I wasn't committed enough to go to school forever and have the kind of work-life balance that surgeons usually have. So yeah, I went public health route. I really liked my degree. I really do like my degree. I plan to get my PhD in public health. And yeah, around the time I started public health, I started working for The Engine doing marketing. And so at first it was kind of like, it felt like two different things, but as I continued on both, there's so much overlap in public health when it comes to because public health is all about how everything's connected. Mm-hmm. So how all our systems work together, impact our health, impact our outcomes, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of it is also promotion and how people respond to because my concentration was health promotion and behavioral science, which literally ties in. It's just marketing and psychology, basically, which ties in with marketing. So it kind of really a lot of overlap, basically, and it helped me out a lot. And with time, they've kind of converged into one on my interests.
So how did you get into The Engine? And how's that experience?
They asked me to do it, so I said yes. Okay. And at first, it was just me posting. It was just me running on social media, and then it turned to actually it developed into me actually doing marketing campaigns and stuff like that. So.
So the marketing campaigns you're doing for The Engine is just like how you doing your campaigns with.
It was the same fundamental ideals, kind of. So yeah, but I do want to get more into health promotion and do more campaigns and health messaging. That's my overall goal.
Like what?
What do you mean?
Do you have any examples of anything like that?
Specifically for in Nigeria, that's why I really would want to work, because I feel like Nigeria needs a lot of public health. Nigeria needs intervention, period. But I can fit into public health and media. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I feel like if I could somehow through messaging help improve behavioral outcomes for the everyday Nigerian, you know what I mean? Or just help correct misinformation and health beliefs that are hurtful to populations, that would be great eventually. Mm-hmm. But we'll see how the pieces fall into place, Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Yeah, like I said, she kind of accomplished. She cool or whatever.
Okay, thanks.
She got her head on straight, so yeah, she vibing now. But
now, oh, okay. Anyways.
Hey, we actually had a whole little period where we weren't talking for a few years. That's
yeah.
Funny. I think it stopped when we got to college, or
because he got his head on straight in college.
All right, no, y'all were annoying me, and I don't like to be.
Everyone isn't the enemy.
Hey, that's true.
Thank
but
you.
Sometimes you were.
That's fine.
You just snitch on me.
I was. Let me tell y'all, I don't care.
For everything.
I'm an unapologetic childhood snitch, yes. It's only two of us. If it's not me, it was you. There's not many more things to point to, number one. Number two, I've changed my ways kind of, but I was a person who I can be for anybody. We don't have to talk if we're going to stress my life. And he's stressing my life. And I was stressing his allegedly as well, so hey.
Allegedly, okay.
Accountability. We're here now.
That's what I got to deal with on a regular basis. This is the personality of my bigger sister, sadly. I call her my little bro, though, because...
People sometimes Actually, often people think I'm his younger sister, which is crazy to me.
He's my little bro.
You don't even look older than me.
Yeah, but I'm Tommy.
Oh, so we're back to I'm him territory.
I've always been him. I just like being him. Like on this side though, like. You ever heard the outro for "Came Right Back" by Brent Faiyaz? That's how I be feeling.
No, I have never heard that song.
Yeah, we're gonna. We're gonna listen to that.
Okay.
Catch you back up on the current times.
Okay.
Grandma. So you did say you're interested in getting your PhD in public health. So what do you plan on doing with that? Like, because I'm not too fond of what public health is. You've always been opening my eyes to what
Yeah, it's just
do.
like, so medicine deals with like health on an individual level. Public health looks at health on like a greater scale. So to do that, you have to consider environmental health. You have to consider like socioeconomic status. You have to consider just so many things, nutrition,
all the factors that has to do with
mental health,
everybody,
exactly. So specifically, I'd want to do the same kind of concentration I did in my master's with health promotion and behavioral science, just to understand people more. So understand systems more, to know how to reach them better, basically. So that's really all it is. Know how to reach them better to change their outcomes.
So in doing so, because I know this is going to be all, after you get your PhD and stuff like that, you're probably going to start exploring and doing more work in Nigeria and stuff like that. So is it that you want to start your own practice, or that you want to just...
I don't know. Ideally, I want to have my own NGO in Nigeria. But NGOs are under fire. NGOs are kind of weird, too. So I don't really know. I don't really know how the chips are going to fall. But ultimately, that would be like my goal, public health. Like, I don't really know how that would work. I even heard I had to do youth service to work in Nigeria. I'm not doing youth service.
We'll figure it out, but I don't think youth service is...
I mean, I'm a citizen, though, so I think you have to do youth service before you work.
So it's like a...
It's a thing.
Oh, so it's their requirement for people who are going to... Okay.
Like anyone who wants to enter the job force.
That's actually pretty good.
I mean, well, I can't speak on that. I don't know much about youth service. I just know I don't think I want to do it.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a requirement.
But I mean, let me not say I don't want to do it. I'm a good patriot. Amen.
Amen.
Before they use this video, play it back. Be like, you don't work in
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
So, right here, you said.
Yeah. I don't know much about youth service. I can't speak on youth service. But from what I know, I think you do have to do youth service to work in Nigeria. But I'm not sure how it works for, like, multinationals. Like, if I have to do that or not.
Okay, multinationals. I like that.
Yeah. I'm worldwide. Why is it quiet?
Okay.
But yeah, that's what public health ideally would, and even not just in Nigeria though. Health messaging and just global health communications in America. But like, I know like my landing ground, I want that to be like in Nigeria, like where I have a lot of impact, but not just Nigeria, obviously. For like marginalized or disadvantaged populations, or just populations as a whole, honestly, like, because health messaging is not just like, it's kind of like public health, and I think it's ironic that, so whenever I was in my undergrad, that was epidemiology and disease control, which is basically like tracking the movement of diseases. So it's really ironic that I was doing that during COVID. But like when I'm on public health, like one person or one group's health or one person's like situation, their outcomes, it affects everyone. So it's not a thing where like, you know what I mean?
It's
so
like a butterfly effect.
Yeah, so it's not just like only I want to work in only Nigeria, only certain populations. That is just like, who I have the most
if you have enough
inclination.
Would you like to do like on a international scale, not just,
Yeah, but I don't think, because one big thing about public health that really helps me with like marketing and media helps me today is, one really big thing is cultural competency. The way you promote health behaviors to an American who lives in the South and an American who lives in the North is different. And then there's so many different things that go into that. So like their race, their economic background, just so many things, like their cultural background, like even the way like the health of a African American, an African refugee, an African immigrant, a second generation African, it's all different. You know what I mean? Because the lifestyles are different.
Yeah.
So it just depends. Like you wouldn't have like one general messaging for the whole like world or for even a whole nation.
Every different subsector of
it would be like life, it would be more specialized to like get to them properly.
Yeah, I like how enthusiastic you are to get more letters to your name. It's nice.
Amen. Hopefully I have a few more letters and then I'm done. Because I also want to retire, like now.
You just, all right.
Duality of man.
She's talking about she just getting started and she want to retire today. It's okay.
Yeah.
You got to plan
your exit. Find a middle ground.
Yeah.
Like half work, half play.
What is? I haven't heard half work, half play before. I've always been work hard, play harder, or something like that along the
Oh,
lines. Good work
it's
life
time for a
balance
soft
stuff.
life.
Yeah. The soft life girl thing. Yeah, she was one of the main driving forces. Always talking about
I've never even said soft life before. Don't make me corny on
I
this show.
listen to your podcast.
And we don't talk about soft life on that podcast.
Yeah, but I've been there, like behind the scenes. So yeah.
Well,
But even if
it's good that I give that vibe though. I'll take it.
anyways, you do have your podcast.
Yes.
And I enjoy it. What was the motivating factor behind that?
So the podcast is the In Between Pod. Natasha was like, "Hey, let's have a pod," and I was like, "Yeah," because basically, in undergrad, and I think even in high school too, I used to love doing Q&A. So every time I go places like dinner parties, anytime anyone's hanging out, people always be like in my apartment or my room, and be like, "Tony, do Q&A." So we started doing Q&A, and Natasha would like join. Me and Natasha became friends. I want to say our sophomore, junior year of college, and so a lot of times it would be us just like asking people ridiculous questions and like leading the room in the conversation.
Yeah, Tony's a good interrogator. With her also being a snitch, I'm surprised she didn't become a cop. So
Wow.
yeah.
First of all, I don't know what's so wrong about telling the truth as a child.
No, yeah, telling the truth is good, but also keeping certain things to yourself is also good.
What was I snitching on you for that
Tony
I go out of my way to do? Let's get into that.
Auntie Vivian literally told you one day, remember, you got me in trouble, and she was like, yeah, Tony, I'm supposed to do that. But also, Tony, you shouldn't be telling on every little thing your brother does. You know, like, you were snitching sometimes. You're literally snitching for fun sometimes, for sport. Because we're beefing, and you'd be like, you know what? This bring up something.
And let me tell you right now, to this day, if we have beef, I'll do whatever I need to do to be on the winning team. I have to snitch. Why would I snitch? It's me versus you.
Sometimes
I have an advantage.
Sometimes it wasn't even me versus you. It was me.
I don't even know what I snitched about. You have better memory than me. I don't remember all these things.
Yeah, I
feel like it's time for us to move on.
I don't really forget things. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I remember.
I don't remember what I was snitching on. That was so bad.
It wasn't bad. It's just that I got in trouble consistently.
Were you doing the things that I snitched on you for doing?
That's not the point. Vibe.
It is the point. And that's the thing. Younger siblings never understand the pressure of being an older sibling because if you do something bad, now it's on me. Now, why did you let your brother do that?
It was never on you.
Yes, it was. To this day, it's on me. What? To this day, it's on me.
They pressure you about things that I do?
Yes. Not just even you. Kishi, Nifemi, the whole nations. Everything is on Tony, Tony, Tony. So if I'm going to get in trouble for it, I'm going to let them know that it was him on his own doing before they say, Tony, why did I let him do that?
I guess. But we
moved on.
We've also established a territory where I feel like everybody also kind of holds me separately because they know I'm gonna do what I want to do regardless, and you're gonna do what you have to do.
Misunderstood.
Tony's not misunderstood.
Okay.
Tony's okay. When it comes down to the dynamic of our household, Tony's yin, I'm yang. Like Tony's always been like to the book. As you can see, she's a very tailored and well-studied woman. I'm Tommy. I just like doing things and having fun, and also like. As you see, I'm more creative. She's creative, don't get me wrong. But I'm more of like on the creative side of things where I'm trying to create stuff like that. She's on the research and like development side of things. Like, yeah, it's with two peas in a pot, but she do her, I do me. Man, that's a little.
You swear we're so different.
I didn't say we're, all right. See how like she didn't understand the whole yin yang thing?
I didn't say you're wrong, but we're so different. I don't think we're that different.
You're not. It's the yin and yang aren't. All right, we can go into the ideology of that later. But
okay,
yeah,
back to the podcast.
Yeah, let's get back to the pod.
People always say like, oh my gosh, LOL, like do Q&A, and they'll be like, you would literally like make us like host game night so we can do like our ridiculous Q&A or whatever.
So now that's led to the podcast.
Yeah, so I think when she's like, let's do a podcast, I was like, oh yeah, not a bad idea. So then we started a podcast. And I think now it's like, 2 years? Yeah, it's called the In Between Podcast with 2 E's, THEE. In Between is one word, podcast. We talk about everything in, out, and in between. It's a great show.
I don't know if I want to have her ad underneath. I don't know how you
said have what?
Fiends are, but
my ad? No, add the podcast. It's really fun. We talk about like cultural things because Natasha is a psychiatric nurse. I'm a research scientist. So like I feel like we both kind of approach things from like different viewpoints, and we consider all the things that contribute to like things that are happening. So we talk about like politics, music, culture, Twitter drama, TikTok stuff, like everything under this religion. No,
they're really just having fun.
We talk about like literally every topic.
A lot of fun.
People always assume like, I don't know, people assume when it's 2 girls in a pod, they're talking about men the whole time. Like, you guys aren't that interesting, please.
Y'all only talked about men probably a grand total of 3 times.
Yeah, and it's like, it's never like a, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like a
It's like a
like a fresher
subjective.
fit woman version of it. It's just
Yeah, God forbid. But yeah, so yeah, the pod was audio only up until this year. We started doing visual with the engine. And so, yeah, catch us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts,
I like that. Yeah.
and
Also,
Instagram, TikTok, Twitter.
Also, now that we can also bring it back to the engine a little bit because I've seen now you've been on both sides of the engine, whether it's behind the scenes or now even in front of the camera. So, what's the difference and how's that experience for you?
Well, I should rewind. So around the time when I started doing like when I was in, COVID happened, I was finishing up my master's in San Antonio. I started making content. And so my idea behind my content was that I would do like every day, because I told you I love culture. And both of our parents are very much enthusiastic of culture. Multiple times they've banned English in our household. My mom made sure we learned Yoruba first. We go to Nigeria growing up all the time. It's very like a very Nigerian traditional, not super traditional, but you know what I mean, very Nigerian Yoruba household.
Well,
okay, whatever. So in undergrad, I started making content, and so the idea for it was YouTube. The idea behind my content was to promote second generation immigrants to speak their origin language. So I would do vlogs, fashion hauls, cooking videos, literally anything in Yoruba. So that's how I started doing content at first. And that was fun. It was cool. I kind of got lazy, I won't lie, because that was before AI, and I didn't want to do subtitles in English and Yoruba. And I kind of got shy, too. And I feel like it was also just kind of, stressful. And then Engine, that's more behind the scenes, posting, managing comments, all that kind of stuff. I think I'm low-key more comfortable behind the camera. Because even now, I want to get back into content, get into, fashion content, get into, cultural content. But, it's a time commitment. And I feel like...
You need a team, that's it.
Yeah, but
you shouldn't really have to dirty your hands with all the.
I mean, but you still have to do it. You still have to get up and it still takes effort on your time. And I feel like, yeah, I definitely that's something I want to do more. But I feel like I'm busy. But it's an excuse though, because I actually have more time to actually do that now. But I think the podcast being visual now is kind of forcing me to be in front of the camera.
That show.
Yeah.
Because remember me, I was. I know this is supposed to be your episode, but I am gonna dive into this a little bit.
I'll give you some minutes. Go ahead.
All right. Essentially, as you know, I've dibbled and dabbled with different creative spaces, especially doing things more behind the scenes.
Yeah, like down to fashion and stuff.
Yeah, fashion, editing. I'm never really try to put myself at the forefront of stuff I've done before, but now I'm more transitioning into that. As you can see, I'm doing the pod. Yeah. It's not my first pod, but it's my first pod that I've been
visual and hosting by yourself.
Yeah, hosting by myself, and also more vocal about me doing it as well. As I'm trying to be more vocal with my brand and stuff like that. I know it's a little tough transition, but I know you got it because you're.
Well, people don't think I'm shy. I think everyone who knows me and grew up with me, people, they know I'm shy. And I also think COVID made me more socially anxious.
Yeah, but I don't know because you've never been shy to me, but you've always
Or maybe reserve is the word.
Yeah, you're more reserved, but once you get comfortable in the space, everything flows like you have no nerves, but you are nervous. You're shy, but. Yeah. In a nervous way.
Yeah, I'm trying to get better at being in front of the camera. And I do want to make more of my own, content, short form and long form. Probably just more short form right now. Because people always tell me, they miss when I spoke Yoruba on YouTube. They really inspired them. I'm like, ah. Yeah. And every time people are doing Yoruba on, TikTok, my friends will send it to me and be like, this could have been you. I'm like, well. So I do want to get more. And I started learning more languages since then.
Again?
Not again. I've been learning Spanish. I added French.
So now you're trying to get 4. I mean, you already knew Spanish at a certain point.
Yeah, I'm my Spanish is not. It's just kind of conversation. I have a conversation, but it's kind of stiff. But I can have a conversation.
Yeah, I remember whenever we used to travel, we used to try to.
And in Mexico.
Yeah. Try to just talk in
other languages. Yeah, and French and Spanish are very similar. That's why I was because I do Spanish with Timothy. And so it got to a point where we felt like we had a roadblock. So I was like, maybe we should, because I did some research and people said adding in a second language kind of helped them learn their first language. And French and Spanish are actually very similar. Very similar. You can probably, if you understand Spanish, a intermediate level, you can probably pick up on context a little bit because a lot of the words are the same. So
yeah, they're from, they originally
the Latin,
the same.
Romance, tree or whatever.
Yeah.
So I definitely do want to make more short form content. I just need to get more serious about it and just do it. This is going to be the year I do it, guys, for real.
She's been pressuring me, so I'm going to pressure her too. So
yeah, I do want to get into that. And then by God's grace, when I get in school and I can quit work, I can get back into long form content. Because right now I don't have time for long form content.
Hey, this is a part of you getting into long form content. You have your pod.
Yeah, the pod.
It's
I will
long.
say that is long form content, but I just mean like on my own, on my channel, all that kind of stuff, like vlogs and like stuff I used to do.
Have some cooking with Toni.
LOL. I actually had one of my friends actually called me like, "Oh my gosh, you took your." I archived a lot of my old YouTube videos. I need to unarchive some of them, but I had a Asaro tutorial. She's like, "I was gonna go make it, and you took it down." It was in Yoruba.
So put it back up, man.
I think I put it back up after she messaged me about it.
No, I have private videos for myself on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As time goes on, I'm gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna undo.
Yeah,
that.
I'll definitely what do you call it? Unprivate a lot of my like older Yoruba because maybe someone will. But I do like content. It's just a commitment.
Yeah.
It's a time commitment.
I mean,
it's
you can start making clips of your old content and then start uploading
yeah.
that.
Oh, one of my last things I did because I also was getting into video essays. I made a really cool video essay. My first and like no, I actually made two, but my first one was really really good. And I put some clips of that on TikTok and people liked it. It was about the science behind the globalization of Afrobeats. It was a really cool video.
Yeah, I remember that.
And my predictions are coming true because I'm a genius.
And you do research.
I do research and I made some research-based, predictions. Mm-hmm. And it's coming true. So I do definitely want to get into more like outside of public health research, socio-cultural research. I actually did research with Spotify, which is really, really cool.
How was that?
It was cool. It was about second generation Africans and how they connect back to their culture through music, through like common spaces, through like ASA organizations. I think it was specifically ASA organizations and what in the ASA orgs make them feel more connected to home. How does college change it? Just so I was interviewing people and I wrote like a piece for them. It was really cool. I really, really enjoyed it. And it just like, it wasn't something I went after. It just kind of fell in my lap. So it was really just God's grace. And it was really, really cool. It was nice to do that kind of like research that wasn't like public health-ish, but it's still kind of,
Yeah, just a researcher of the family.
Yeah, so it was cool.
Just get it done.
Yeah. You said what?
Just get it done.
Yeah. Period.
Okay. Sometimes I don't like gassing your head, though. I don't know.
It's not gassing my head. Human observation.
It's
I
truth.
affirmed it.
Fair case.
So yeah, that was really cool. Definitely want to do, but I feel like I don't know. In this life, there's so many things I want to do. There's only one me, and it's only so much time.
Dang.
Which is why I can't work forever. I have to retire at some point so I can do other stuff.
I mean, I feel like even when you retire, you're still gonna be working.
No, I don't want to ever. I don't think I'll ever retire 100%. Well, let me not say that. I definitely will. But like, obviously, I'm too young to retire.
Yeah.
Viewers, I'm 26, so.
Old lady.
There seems to be some confusion in the room.
Yeah, no one really asked either.
Okay, well,
like nobody really asked.
I'm sure they want to know from my Wikipedia page. Born in Dallas, Texas. Dual citizen. Anything else you want to add as my brother for my Wikipedia page? One brother, one sibling. I'm Toni. He's Tomi.
She's a dork.
How am I? Okay, you won't be on my page.
I will be on your page.
I'll be sure you won't be added to my Wikipedia page. That's fine.
I mean, they'll have to. I'm Tomi.
Well, okay. Congrats on that.
Yeah. Congrats on being my sister.
We'll see. We'll see who get a wiki page first.
Probably you. I hope so, actually.
Oh, that's sweet.
I told you, I still support you. It's just you're you. But anyways, yeah.
Hashtag her.
Yeah. You gotta be.
Oh, because you're him. Let's move on, please.
I'm glad you picked up what I was putting down.
Mm.
But anyways, yeah, this is also one of my biggest supporters. As you can see, we go back and forth a lot. It's fun banter, but I love it regardless. She good people. You see, I got some unreleased words. She got some unreleased words. She always gonna. Y'all might get that. Y'all might not. Though I know y'all gonna get a few pieces. You're gonna get something similar to that for sure. Y'all are seeing it early though, cause.
Period.
That's why I brought her here.
Unreleased.
On the day of love, show y'all somebody I love. So somebody who's
clear.
Oh,
that's romantic. Do you have a Valentine's Day gift for me though?
Anyways, we can vibe. This is if you like me, this person you gotta get through. because this is the security
I don't know
check.
why you like to say that. Like I was a bit bad
you're
wolf.
TSA.
First of all, he's never brought a girl that he's dated to me like, hey, so what do you think about her? I don't know why he keeps saying that.
Oh,
You
yeah,
saying that
because
recently.
there's a lot of rubbish people in this world. And people unserious. And I'd be a little serious when it comes down to that.
Anyway,
It's
someone has to get through me. Like, what am I going to do then? Beat them? Haze them?
I mean...
What do you mean? I'm not even that kind of person.
Yeah, you're not. But I want you to do like a TSA check.
Okay.
You have to do a vibe check because if they can't really vibe with you, they can't really vibe with me.
I don't know, though. I've been said to have some kind of funny vibes.
Yeah, Tony,
I think I'm starting to beat the bad vibe allegations, actually. So I don't know if you want me to.
You know? It's not even that you're like bad vibes. You're a very serious person. Even when you're like lax, it's a serious tone, like serious undertones that you have. So it's like it's not really a lot of BS or like moving around it. It's like you have to.
I feel like I'm a fun person. I don't think that's true.
You can be a fun person and still be all the characteristics I just named.
True.
You still a vibe.
Facts.
Something like that.
In the area.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you here. As I said, this is my sister.
Wait, I thought you were gonna have me ask me Valentine's questions.
You want to?
I actually had nothing to say.
Okay, so why did you bring it back up?
I don't know if you wanted to do that still, but I had nothing to say, really.
I mean, you have any Valentine?
No. I'm doing Valentine's with my friends, though. We're gonna have a really cute time. I don't know why there's just like mass war on Galentine's. That's weird.
You want to know my take on it?
I feel like men are just, you guys need
You want to
help.
know my take on it?
No, actually.
Yeah, you really
I feel like
don't.
men don't know how to socialize properly. Women do. We like to have fun with our friends. We know how to, like, you know, we believe in community. Men don't, and that's why they sell this. There's a male loneliness epidemic or whatever the heck. There's not. Y'all need to love your friends, love thy neighbor. We love our neighbors.
Tony, the male lonely, because you're a researcher, I want you to actually do research into why there's a male loneliness epidemic.
Yeah, there is. That's what I said.
No,
There's
is,
multiple
but
reasons,
not,
but a big reason is because men do not promote community. Even think about it. Whenever men get married, they don't always maintain their friendships. Women do. Women promote community. They promote sisterhood, you know, meeting up with families. Think about all the events you go to. It's usually a woman, like family events or even social events a lot of times. A lot of times it's a woman putting those things together. Like, women push community. That's one big reason for the male.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
A lot of male things are
Males are, and you guys are, by society, by whatever, by other men, you guys like to isolate yourselves. If you're going through something, don't tell anyone. Yeah. And why wouldn't you be angry and sad and lonely and bitter by the time you're 40? Like, duh.
All right. I'm so sorry.
Science. Don't be mad at me.
Like I said, she's very to the book. I'm more of a...
Tommy's low-key a hotep sometimes, and it scares me.
I mean, you like doing research. I can't do mine.
Your research don't be research. it be I don't even know, conspiracy theories strung together. Like,
well,
sometimes you're kind of hotep-y.
It don't really be conspiracy theories because I do have my sources, but I can't really share my sources for many reasons.
What kind of source can you not share?
Tony, I talk to people, and I'm not just like, oh yeah, I just talked to some random guy on the road, some homeless guy with a tinfoil hat on. I'm talking about people who actually been through things. You like doing your like I said, you do. All right, so you're a researcher, and whenever you do COVID research, and you like calling people up and stuff like that, so on and so forth. Now that's how you're getting your data and stuff like that. I get my data by talking to people, just like how you do, but I don't talk to people who would like to report things on the books, such as people that I know that have either been in the military or worked for the government,
no,
so on and so forth.
A part of research, like when it comes to what's it called, qualitative research, is like, and that's the research I prefer, not the numbers, but like interview people, you know, and then after that, like, so you interview those people, and then you will basically figure out the themes or whatever. You go through the interviews, look at the transcripts, and break it down. That is research as well, but that doesn't change the fact that you be having hotep takes.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm very open to information.
Do you believe in modern medicine?
Yes, but also no. And I believe in modern medicine to an extent, but I don't like the like industrialization or the use of a lot of oils because that wasn't the way that it was before a certain period of time.
It was Kangs?
Huh?
It was Kangs?
No.
Another thing to add to my wiki page.
That's not where I'm going.
Also, Tommy's wiki page. We are royalty, guys. It's true. I'm saying it's true though on both sides. But let me not say more importantly before they jump me. But yes, we are from the birthplace of Yoruba land and humanity, as some people say.
Yeah.
We're from Ife.
No, she's not lying.
It's true. I'm a double princess.
This is gonna people actually figuring this out because I don't tell people this. This is
I mean, because it's not relevant in America at least. I don't think it's relevant in Nigeria either in the 20.
It's only relevant in in the villages.
I don't even think so anymore.
I mean, yeah.
It's just history, you know.
Just history.
And one time I was recognized in the airport with my passport. He was like, "Oh, are you from the royal family?" I was like, oh.
Yeah, because now it's
yes.
Because now as the world has moved on away from kings and queens, it's more of like if you know your blood is. It's not to say that it has less value, but it's not as sought after as it used to be.
I think multiple things come into play: Christianity and colonization in like Nigeria, and then also the lack of preservation of culture in Nigeria. Yeah. Honestly. Because even with all those things, those things should still be somehow.
There's been a saturation of culture across the world through whether it's immigration or just the melting pot of people.
But some people are really good. Like I feel like Mexicans.
Yeah, also Asians.
Asians are good. Indians, they're really good at preserving their culture. And like even think about like Greek mythology. Most Greeks don't even they're Orthodox Christians. They don't even practice Greek mythology. But like their history is so far widespread that it's become like a multi-million-dollar industry. Who knows anything about African gods besides the fact that they're demonized and now it's witchcraft and now it's evil. You know, like on the basic Nigerian, you know, even in Nigeria doesn't know about those things. They do. They think it's witchcraft. You know what I mean?
Because when it comes down to the different pantheons, even the pantheons of
what the heck is a pantheon?
The Greek mythology.
Hotep stuff. Hotep.
See, this is why she likes to call me Hotep stuff, because even when we start talking about things like Greek mythology and so on and so forth, I have my certain takes, but because of the way that I view the world. And
okay, continue. Pantheon. What were you saying?
Oh, the pantheon. So I'm getting back to it.
Okay.
The different pantheons, like I have a different way on viewing things, and the way I view like the different pantheons, especially even with the African ones, I don't believe that they're just some type of mythology or something. These are real experiences that people.
Oh no, for sure. But I think because of Christianity and colonization, and Islam, not just Christianity, because a large portion of Nigeria is also Islam.
Religions.
It made people move away from religion and it made them demonize it. Because even like when we go back to like even our names, like Igbo names and Yoruba names, all the Oluwas and all that kind of chi, they weren't usually there. It used to be like oh, I can't remember now. I watched a video on this other day. But it wasn't Oluwa got replaced as a Christian. Same thing with Igbos. It wasn't always Chi, or that's why we have so many names, Oluwa, Chi. But really, the names were a different kind of name. But because of Christianity kind of bastardized cultural religions.
Yeah. So that's for sure,
a big reason why those cultures aren't preserved. But they should be. You know, they should be taught.
The conquest of the world, that kind of bastardize or demoralize all the cultures and what they truly mean. And I want to quickly touch on this because I don't want it to be too. I just like saying this, but when it came down to like religion and then theologies and like the Greeks and all stuff like that, even the African ones and the Romans, blah blah blah. I don't think that should be removed away from Christianity because it avidly takes away both the depth of both of them. Like there are things that existed within the same time frames, and if you are to take this is why she calls me Hotep, by the way, because I kind of
what you're saying is true. I agree.
Yeah,
so I don't think this is Hotep take.
But it ties to a lot of my other Hotep takes. But these are things that like tie those things together, and like the fact that we've, I guess, departed away from what both of them truly are is why people aren't as, I guess, understanding of religion or how history even is, because we've only told things from an aspect of what we see as relevant or what we see as good or bad, because I guess ignorance, if anything, because I can't chalk it down to anything. People just don't know what the truth is about really a lot of things. It's more of like a pseudoscience across industries or across religions or cultures, stuff like that. We are losing recipes in the sense like the true depth of what everything is kind of being lost, and now us having to go to work and go through the motions and so on.
Not you blaming 9 to 5s.
Huh? No, I'm not blaming that. Well, I'm blaming overall culture changes and shifts around the world within every whether it's capitalism,
but at the same time too, though, we can't even use that as an excuse for Africans, because other cultures, like we just agreed, they preserve their culture better. Africans don't have a good, even like think about it. Y'all have been writing forever. Why don't y'all write history stories?
But because a lot of history stuff has been burned. And look at the
probably was ransacked and ruined. But
when people conquest and we're gonna end this episode off soon because we're doing a lot. But when people conquest and go to different countries and do so on and so forth, there's a reason why they always burn the books.
They ruin. They try to get rid of the culture. I agree.
Make it illegal for you to.
But we weren't the only ones colonized.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We were probably the most brutally colonized, but still, I get what you're saying, and those are all very valid. But we're here now, so it's like, what are we gonna do now to preserve the culture, to get the culture.
It's hard to find history that's been lost, especially when it's been.
It's not. It's not that far off though, because think about it. Our dad is older than the independence of Nigeria. It's not that lost.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It'll be lost once they die, and they don't tell us.
Yeah, but think about that's how history usually is lost, because people are discouraged or they find it unimportant to
yeah, and I agree. That's what I'm saying. So I feel like it's not too late. People that lived through the Biafra War, people that lived through so many different things, and probably have so much knowledge from their parents and their grandparents. By the time you get to us, who are living in a different continent, who are probably going to have kids on this continent, et cetera, then...
Yeah, where are we at?
Who cares? You know, at a certain point, who cares?
No one's going to care anymore.
Exactly. It's just titles and small pieces of stories. Like, you know what I mean?
And as I close this after off, I will show you why she calls me a hotep. That's also why we have African Americans in this state where everything's been demonized to the point where they couldn't speak about or even practice a lot of their culture. And now people don't truly know where they're from or the aspects of history, even as it goes down to the early 1900s and stuff like that, just because it aren't things that have been talked about. The people who were at the forefront of those were taken out, assassinated somehow, but regardless, they were removed from power, and it's no longer those aspects.
I agree with that, but hot take, I feel like, honestly, this whole, because yes, like African Americans, when they first came here, a lot of them were stripped of their culture. But I feel like African Americans have built their own culture. And I feel like, some people do have an interest in doing like ancestry and finding out where they're from. But I don't think necessarily, I feel like Black American culture is a culture on its own. It stands on its own.
Oh, yeah. No, because that's one thing.
So I feel like a lot of times.
That's one positive I would say about, I guess, the dilation or dilution of culture, stuff like that. It breeds new stages for them to now cultivate themselves.
Yeah, so I feel like honestly, sometimes whenever Africans be like, oh, y'all should learn where you're from, but they know where they're from. And they've been here for hundreds of years. And so if you have a desire to go farther or deeper, cool, but you know what I mean?
Go deeper, you're gonna start calling you a hotep like me. But hey, besides all that, this has been a wonderful episode. This is my beautiful sister Toni. She cool, whatever. Yeah, she's I guess the pick of the litter or whatever you want to say. She's Miss Toni Ade, but
follow me everywhere. Toni Ade __.
Mm-hmm. Her ads are gonna be down below. I don't know if I want to put her personal ads.
Toni Ade __.
Hungry Wolves
on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. I don't really tweet though, but I TikTok often and I Instagram.
Yeah, she cool. She do stuff. But yeah, it's my sister. I love y'all. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
And find some love, or be in love as you already are.
And thanks for tuning into Tomi's Creations. You're doing a great job. Episode. So 10 is almost coming up.
6, yeah. We got.
I know, but 10 is coming up.
Yeah, we got everything kind of preset out. Yeah.
And Shop Wara drops loading. Period.
Hey, let's paint the world gold. But I'll see y'all.